Nate the motherfucking Train. About time I finally get a chance to talk to you here.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling great. Vancouver's beautiful, man. And today's my birthday, man. It's crazy. Today's my birthday. 35 years ago, a bad motherfucker was born.
Well, first of all, happy birthday on the big 3-5. What a week for you. UFC 289, the pay-per-view card, ranked opponent, Dan Ige. Hey, Featherweight World, the man from Tennessee is coming on right now. This is a leap, Nate. You're acting, I've watched you this week. You're acting like you belong. How long of a time has this moment been coming for you?
Man, it's just the progression, man. It's like every fall count. I took the long road here, man. 17. I got 17 wins in this game. I got 10 finishes. I've been to Russia. I've been to Kazakhstan. I've been to the mountains of Ingushetia. I've been in front of thousands. I fought in the Moscow Olympic Stadium. I mean, I've done it. I've done just as much as anybody else. I've been 25 minutes twice. I've had the big pressures. I'm a 3-time world champion. This is it, man. This is what I should have had when I first came to the UFC. I kind of fumbled the ball a little bit, but now I'm back on track.
Well, let's look back on that. You always make great fights. Like, that's your calling card. But to make great fights, you got to take chances. You were on the wrong end of a couple stoppages early on. When you look back, is it experience you had to go through? Did you make mistakes?
No, man, it's just the name of the game, man. I'm proud to say 7 fights this will be my 7th fight in the UFC. Every single one of them's been a bonus. I wasn't on the right side of the bonus every time, but every fight of mine has been a bonus in this company. And taking that back, this is my 22nd fight. All 21 of my fights have been a bonus with any promotion I was with.
Is losing a great fight and getting a bonus still a win?
A loss is a loss, but as far as money wise, it's almost to where, no, absolutely not.
All right, then when we look at this 3-fight win streak for you, which began in 2021 and puts you on the precipice here of a ranking and, contendership, crossing over from being, hey, who's that fun TV guy, to that's one of the best, potential 10 guys in this weight class.
Sure.
What has changed for you? What do you attribute this run to?
Man, just recentering, refreshment, changing up everything I knew, leaving everything behind. I leave my family, my home. So it's like when I'm down in Miami training for these fights, man, it's singular purpose. I just got nothing from the exterior weighing on me, no pressures. I'm thinking my own thoughts. It's like it's all geared to one night, and that night is going to be June 10th.
What is the origin of the Train nickname? Because this is caught on. This is a thing. Like, if you don't get on that microphone and do something crazy, we're let down at this point.
I know, I got catchphrases, man. The Train is just, it all comes from, I just run through motherfuckers. I got one gear, that's forward. If I go back, I turn around and still forward. You know what I mean? It's all forward motion. And, it's crazy because it's like, how many times I've heard, we're going to derail the train. We're going to derail the train. Like, come up with something fresh, man. I done heard this shit 1,000 times. And I always tell people, what happens when a train gets derailed? Everybody dies. So go ahead and derail this train, motherfucker.
You got to think that, Dana and company love that side of you. That almost, there's almost like a pro wrestling vibe, like almost like mid-Atlantic 1980s. Like, there's like this cadence to what Nate the Train brings. I mean, they got to be loving that.
Yeah, man, it's just part of the business, man. Why would they? It would be hard for them to make a star, but if they get a star, they could mold that star, man. I feel like I'm everything a star needs to be, and I feel like I'm walking into this cage June 10th unranked, and I'm walking out a real star.
What makes you so comfortable being under the spotlight, the pressure, the knowledge that this is a business and you have to sell yourself? Like, sometimes guys, it takes them a long time. They have to become champions before they really learn how to be a star. How is that sort of already wired in you?
Yeah, I think I'm just living the life that I was destined to be. I am who I am, and as far as pressure wise, I'm very my family loves me, man. They don't care if I win or lose. I'm gonna hold my head up high, man. And it's like there's no pressure on me. I go out there. I'm gonna shoot for greatness in this life, and if I fail to average, I'm okay with that. I shot my shot, man. That's all I could do is shoot my shot, put in this time. Like I tell people, man, I could try hard, brother. I could do max effort the whole time. My body is capable of pushing the whole time. I've proved it to myself when I used to run track, the half mile. I mean, a lot of humans in general can't run a half mile in a minute 55. I could do that. I've done that. I know my body's capable of doing things that most men will break them. And that's when I'm in there in that cage, I'll break a man.
Well, it's got to come from where you come from in Tennessee, because where I come from in Connecticut, it's a factory town, and we got a little edge to us. We had to work a little bit harder to get out, so to speak. What is it about your upbringing that has helped shape the fighter that you are today?
Yeah, man, it's Clarksville's basically an army town connected to Fort Campbell. Fort Campbell's it's the airborne division, so it's like you grow up surrounded by just guys it's in shape. All the military comes with a couple things. You got to be in shape. You know what I mean? You got to be scrappy. So it's like you growing up as a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid, being out, getting into it with these GIs. I can remember, 13, 14 with the homies fighting, 18, 19-year-old guys. At the time, it was like they grown, but we was all kids, you know what I mean? So just, and being small, man, I think they old saying a big guy hurt you, a little guy kill you. You know what I mean? Just being a small dude, I never got away with saying, what you want to do? And somebody like, man, I don't want no problem. So anytime it popped up, I'd have to see it through. You know what I mean? So it's just one of them things that some in life you see things through, and that's what I do. I'm gonna see it through.
What's your favorite part of the fight game? What part of this job gets you the most jacked up where you're like, I don't care what I have to go through, that moment is worth it?
I mean, I don't think it's one singular thing as much as it's everything. It's just the first time I ever fought, man, it brought me, I knew it was the most fulfilled. It's the most fulfillment I could have on this planet. I'm just chasing that. It just fills me. I've never done, I've played a lot of sports, done a lot of shit, been around a lot of people, and I always felt a little bit off. But as soon as I stepped in that cage, I felt home. And now that I'm in the octagon with the UFC, man, it's everything I always thought it would be.
Did you ever have a pinch me moment? Did you get a finish in a fight and somebody famous is tweeting about you where you're like, oh shit, life has changed, things are different now?
Not as much as a pinch me moment, but it's just nice to, it gets me emotional sometimes. It's like I finally can see I've always had this vision. There's only two types of fighters in this world: people that quit and people that retire. And I'm finally seeing the end result. Like I legitimately could retire from this game after all these years of the suffering and pain. Like you either walking away with money in the bank or you ain't. And I'm finally at the point to where I could tell my wife, hey, don't worry about looking at the price tag, babe. We good. I mean, we're not mega rich, but hey, we're not poor no more.
You worked hard to get that. So let's talk about Dan Ige, ranked fighter. Had a couple losses against very good fighters. It was good to see him rebound. How do these two styles match up for Saturday?
Action, straight up action, fan favorite, fan satisfaction. They're gonna get money well spent for the fans. Fireworks. We're gonna see. There's gonna be some blood. There's gonna be some hard knocks. He hits, I crack. He's got 5 knockouts. I got 8. He's got some submissions. I got 2. Stylistically, it's gonna be a barn burner.
When you're in a fight of the night type of fight, when you're in an all action fight, I mean, when you're staring off against Darren Elkins and you're like, yeah, this one's going to get gnarly, right? How much are you able to calm yourself down within the chaos and still be able to lean on things like technique and game planning? Or does that go out the window when the fight reaches that point?
Man, it's just 100% calm. I've been in some of the toughest fights you could think of, man. I've been into all out, like it's nothing for me to be in there calm because I was waged, I was forced in the fire. So when the fire starts, I'm comfortable with that. That's where I thrive.
Do you need a fight to get chaotic to win it?
Seems of lately I've been good about kind of merging the two styles of being kind of like floating around, being real consistent with this and that, making them think with the kicks and the punches, and just being kind of like more flawless, and then being gritty and going in there punching them and just brawling on a dime. And I mean, he's in the hot seat. Who am I? I'm not even ranked. I go in there and beat him. It's cool. He go in there and get beat by me. It's like, well, he go in there and beat me. What they gonna say? He's not moving up, and he could be. You know what I mean? It's all the pressure's on him, brother. Well, I'm just living this life.
Well, you tend to come alive when you touch gloves and start. You also tend to come alive when they pass a microphone in front of you. Has that always been the case? Were you like that kid at the talent show in elementary school, or the extra drunk guy at the karaoke bar who's like, I don't care, this is my moment?
Yeah, man. I think it just, growing up as a kid in the 90s, man, watching Stone Cold and The Rock, and just always knew the kid version of it. I'm just have fun, man. I am the guy that I am in the living room. I just do it in front of the world. And think about it. Everybody's cut a promo. Maybe in the car, maybe in the living room, or maybe in the bathroom, in the shower, in front of the mirror. But everybody's got this little side to them that can be brought out. They're just a little bit scared of what people think. I could care less what people think. I personally know everybody who cares about me. So I'm good with that.
Well, I see the MMA Masters shirt. We saw UFC cameras with you there in South Florida getting ready for this fight. Colby Covington can fight and talk. What do you think of his, I don't want to say shtick or gimmick, but the guy delivers on the mic just the same. Do you think you have similar styles or completely different in how you entertain?
Oh man, he's tremendous, man. He's like we're two ships at the same bay, and complement each other well, man. He's the real deal. I'm trying to get to where he's at, and I'm on my way.
Yeah, that's another guy who could certainly use his gas tank to separate the weak from the strong fairly quickly. It's good to see you at this level, Nate. We know this is going to be a great fight on Saturday, win or lose, but you're here to win. What specifically does this fight do for the future of your career?
Man, it gets me to the next one as a winner. Thing about fighting is you're in the winner's circle or the losing circle, and the winner's circle is a whole lot better for your career. So just in general, like I said about the whole retirement versus quitting thing, it just gets me one step closer to being able to walk away with my head up. Like, man, I did that. I was there. Hell, I've already think about it, I've co-main evented a show. Now we're on a pay-per-view. And it's just about stringing together these moments of greatness, and that's it.
Nate, I know there's never a single answer if somebody said, why do you fight? Why do you do this? Because there's a lot of elements: supporting your family, achieving your dreams, proving other people. I mean, there's a million of them, but if there's one thing that weighs more in your eyes, the pursuit of money, whatever it is, what is the number one thing that gets you out of bed to do this for a living?
It comes passion. That's it. Passion. Straight passion. I was always blessed, man. I was young when I met my wife, my love of my life. And then I was young when I found MMA, and I realized that this is the passion. I've just been lucky to find my niche, and this is it.
Right. Well, you got the great Tennessee accent, but in Florida, do you consider yourself a Florida man? There comes some stereotypes with that.
Yeah, I'm half and half, man. I enjoy the culture down there in Florida, but man, I'm Tennessee to the bone, Clarksville till I die, man.
There it is. There it is. Nate the Train Landwehr, Dan Ige, Saturday night UFC 289. Pleasure catching up with you. Best of luck. I'm sure there's going to be a bonus at the end of that round.
I'll take all the luck. I'll take all the luck, all the good wishes. I want it all. I'd rather be lucky than good sometimes.
And then maybe we'll get a Nate the Train choo-choo. Okay, something like that. There it is.
Yeah. All right.
There it is. Thanks, man.
All right.
we just posted. Don't forget to think a straight